Okay, welcome back to week 2 in what I hope will be a series of videos of my journey to coming off mirtazapine. So this is the second video in the series. Last week I uploaded my first video just to give you some tiny background information in case this is the first video you landed on. My name's Siobhan, I'm from Ireland, and I'm currently in the process of coming off mirtazapine. I've been on mirtazapine since June of 2023. It is now October of 2024. So today is the 3rd of October. In my first video last week, I was just explaining a little bit of backstory about myself and why I'm planning on coming off and the tapering schedule that I plan to follow. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a GP, I don't have any medical background or knowledge, so I'm not telling anybody that they should do this or follow the plan that I'm following. It's just something to document my journey in the hope that it will be a positive source of information for people who are also thinking of coming off mirtazapine. Because there are a lot of scary stories out there. There's a lot of really horrifying Reddit forums and pages and Facebook groups, and I'm just really hoping and trying to remain positive that this is going to be a good account and a good experience coming off. So, an overview. My planned tapering schedule is to remove tablets entirely. So week 1, which I have just finished, was to take 5 tablets over the course of 7 days. So that's removing 2 doses. I did it, and I'm here, and I'm feeling pretty good, I have to say, thank the good Lord. I was really nervous. I was particularly afraid the first night that I skipped a dose, but I'm fine. I'm here. All is okay, thank God. I will say I did have a few side effects, I would say, from skipping the 2 doses. I did not sleep well on either of the nights that I skipped a dose. I think a big chunk of that was to do with me being in my own head. I was nervous about doing it. I was very conscious that I hadn't taken the tablet, and therefore I was kind of thinking to myself the whole time, like, am I going to fall asleep? Will I fall asleep? What if? So I think a lot of it was in my own head. On both nights I did get sleep, though. It's not like I was awake all night long. I did actually get sleep on both nights. I will say though that I was far more sensitive to noise in my surroundings, so I think mirtazapine just has a really strong kind of knockout effect, because I never hear anything. And I don't think the 2 nights that I didn't take the drug were particularly noisy. It was just standard things. Like, I was very conscious that if my dog was moving in the room, or if my partner turned over, or if there was traffic outside, I was quite conscious of it. I felt like I heard it very clearly. So that was something. But again, I'm not sure how much of it was mental and how much of it was not having the drug. I did get sleep though, both nights. I felt a small bit, and I'm saying small bit of, it was somewhere in the middle of dizziness and nausea on the 2 days after the skipped dose. So let's say I skipped the dose on Monday night. On Tuesday afternoon I felt a little bit of dizziness and nausea. Nothing too bad. I was nowhere in the realm of throwing up, or nowhere in the realm of not being able to stand up or anything like that. It was very minor, and it didn't last for long. It was for maybe an hour and a half, and I did find, to be honest, that eating actually kind of resolved it. So that's good too. I've been able to kind of live life as normal the past 7 days, which is really good. I went to the gym 3 times. I went for a run twice, and I've driven up and down the country. I went to a physio appointment. We went to church. Been shopping. Been out with the dog every single day for a walk. She's here sleeping beside me. So it hasn't in any way really negatively impacted my life. The only other things I would say, I've got a slight twitch in this eye, just here. But that, I'd say, could be just not sleeping so well those couple of nights. One of the nights that I didn't take it, I felt like my own temperature, just not like I was running a temperature, but just like my body heat, I was a lot hotter than I would normally be. I'm in Ireland. Aside from the fact it looks like there's a fire outside, it's actually not particularly warm at the moment here. And one of the nights that I didn't take the tablet, I was roasting. Like I was so warm, even though I was in shorts and a t-shirt. So I think my body is definitely aware that something has changed. It's not getting the drug the way that it always was, or the way that it had been for the past year and 3 months. So that's like noteworthy, but that's about it. All things considered, I'm pretty happy with how things have gone, and I'm kind of eager to move into week 2. So I'm just about to start week 2. I don't want this video to be 20 years long. I said they'd be quick updates, but week 2 is I'm gonna skip 3 doses of the tablet. So last week I skipped 2 doses, and this week I'll skip 3 doses. So I'll be taking it 4 nights out of 7. And that's the plan, and we'll see how we go. I am a bit nervous about it just because the horror stories are always ringing in my head, and I think I wish now I hadn't read as much as I have, but what can you do? So I have a few things planned this week. I'm supposed to run a 5k on Sunday, so please God I'll be able to do that. But anyway, we're going to continue on. So far so good, and I'll come back and update next week with how it went. I'm just going to throw this in at the end. I'm sorry as well, I'm going to throw out a blanket apology for my week 1 video, because when I actually watched it back I was just like, that makes no sense, what are you talking about? There was bits that there was a couple of comments that I said that I just want to clarify here. Once I said I don't want to go messing around with razor blades, and what I meant by that was that on a lot of the Reddit forums people talk about splitting the tablet and splitting it again and splitting it into halves, quarters, 6/8, and the tablets are minuscule, so people cut them with a razor blade. And what I meant to kind of convey in the first video was I don't want to go messing around with razor blades because I don't feel like the measurement is going to be accurate when you get to a certain point. So that's what that was referring to, just because I feel like watching it back it was quite like, what are you talking about? And the second thing was I said I don't want to go messing around with maple syrup. So that was referring to, there is a Facebook group actually kind of dedicated to the slow tapering off mirtazapine from a liquid dose. So that's when you basically like crush up your mirtazapine and mix it with water and something else like maple syrup, and you get a liquid dose, and then you syringe it to the amount you want. And what I was saying was I don't want to be doing that if I can avoid it. So hopefully that adds a little bit of context. I'm sorry, I will try to be less completely ambiguous in future. But yeah, so look, hopefully I'll see you all going well at the end of the week 2 taper, and I hope everybody has a really good week. And yeah, see you soon, please God.